Hi, sure. How did Leinster compare to in style and tempo to the teams you're facing each week in Premiership?
Yeah, it's a good question actually. I think that they're the speed of ball they get is very good. I'd say the difference we have with them is the breakdown on both sides. So, you know, very, very efficient on their own ball, very good at getting the ball to the width on the back of that, and very competitive on you know their when we carry as well. So they're a quality team. We knew that coming here, and I think it's really important that we, you know, from a players and club perspective, we understand the context of where we are right now. It doesn't cover over any of that as a performance or a result, but there's lots of people here playing the first ever time in Europe, which is a big step for some.
How hard is it to lift yourself for next week?
No, I don't think so. I think that it's we're as a group, you know, the diversity we've got in the group at the moment is, as I said there, some people today making their club debut, some people, 6 people making their European debut, and then you've got, you know, seasoned internationals who want to be in this competition consistently and putting yourself in a place to win it. So there's a whole range of people. So across that group, they put each other through and big each other up. Like the energy of some of the young guys that came on today was outstanding, and similarly with the leadership of some of our experienced guys. And we need all of that again into a home game against La Rochelle next week.
What was the message at half time going in, 31-13? Obviously, let's try right at the end of the first half. I assume the message was, let's try and push on and get the first score in the second half?
Yeah, look, I think in the first half, I think the first thing, we lost collisions. And if you lose collisions against these guys, they beat you around the corner, and then, you know, you're on the back foot. We gave away lots of penalties, which was because we were under pressure. You know, those moments of pressure is when penalties come. So we talked about collisions. We talked about our foothold back into the game with the scrum, which you saw after half time. And then, yeah, I thought, you know, we scored that one try in the second half, and I thought we probably lacked a bit of composure at times to allow us to apply pressure to Leinster in the same way they did to us.
Any more questions? Any for Charlie?
Yeah, Ashton O'Reilly from Off the Ball. Charlie, it's very tough, I suppose, when you have a tough run of results that haven't gone your way. How do you, I suppose, talk to the lads, keep them positive, motivated, to look to the next game and to go again?
I think it's probably that. So this was coming into a new competition. So, you know, domestically we're not where we want to be, but in this competition it was a clean slate. As Hoops just spoke about, then it was an opportunity for lads who haven't experienced this arena before to play a side that's as close as you're going to get to a test match in club rugby, in an international stadium against, as I said, like a near enough international side. So it's about facing the next challenge. The team the performance that we went out and that didn't quite make it today is better than the performance we did in the first game of the season. So we are building, we are growing. The results aren't coming, but we are building. So it's about keeping the focus on that, which is easy to say, hard to do. But again, it's when you bring it back down to the little things, when you bring it back down to how we're trying to play, how we're trying to step forwards, that's how things start to push on and start to click.
And as you said, Leinster are a very strong side. Did you see moments of that today where there was positives, there was differences in your last performance?
Yeah, definitely. So as I said, that's effectively a test side, and I think it'd be fair to say we had probably the upper hand in the scrum at times around the line out, some of the set piece stuff, which for international rugby that they're massive. And then you saw the difference in quality around some of the open face stuff and their breakdown and their ability to hold the ball and move the ball and some of their decision making. So yeah, there's massive steps forward there, and there's other parts where you just got to hold your hands up, get humbled, and go like, right, well, how can we be better? Because it's coming again next week. It's another good side next week.
Mm-hmm. And the debuts today, were you impressed with the lads that came on? Did they fit right in?
They did, yeah, and you know they'll be better for it. They'll learn. I came here as a 20-year-old and played against a very good Leinster side then. And there's lessons that I learned in that game that I still hold with me now. It's an intensity I hadn't experienced at that time at 20 years of age. So for me, obviously, I've got frustrations around the game and the result, but it's trying to also hold on to how did I feel when I was in their boots. How did I feel for the first time playing in a stadium like this, under the lights and all that sort of stuff. So they'll be better for it. They'll understand now when we talk about breakdown in training. They'll understand that's why we've got to be at that level. They'll understand when we talk about our decision making of when to run, when to kick. That's why we're saying those things, because if you want to push on and play at that level, that's how important those things are.
Absolutely brilliant, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Safe trip. Cheers.